we're donating it to schools, which are at the end going into the hands of the students. We're donating to a lot of workforce development programs, a lot of nonprofits all throughout the state, making sure, like we heard some of these schools say, hey, we're sending a computer home to the student,
right?
But there's 5 students in the house. That one computer can't help them when they're trying to do their Zoom class.
Right.
So we make sure every student gets their own Chromebook.
Wow, do you really?
Yes,
Yes.
I'm sure through this pandemic, your company has become there's been more of a demand.
Yes.
Because of Zoom. You mentioned that right now.
Correct.
Because of Zooming.
I think when the pandemic began, we were already donating computers. We realized how big the digital divide was.
Yes.
And they said, who's been doing this? Nerd Now's been doing this. So
Right.
we got the support to be able to go ahead and do it 10 times forward. To think in 5 years, 500 computers, 1 year, 10 nets. It was mind-boggling for us to see how much our company grew. And people looking like, okay, Marquivas, you're growing, so what you driving now? Where you living now? Nope, same guy.
Yeah, same guy. This is not about flash. This is the
Not
same
at all.
guy, same heart, and everything. Some of the people that support Nerded Now, some of the companies and organizations, they think this is a phenomenal. What you're doing is phenomenal. And I remember when we talked back in 19, like I want to say Discover was like, they're backing you 100%, whatever you need, Marquivas.
Yes.
Because when you, especially when this gap came, right, and this thing came in, when the pandemic came, kids in the inner city schools and the urban schools, black and brown kids, and then it's not even just about black and brown kids, it's about kids all over, right? They were not getting with the tools that they need, and Marquivas was him and his company were the ones that stood into that gap and to make sure that kids at Kumba, kids at what other schools?
Man, we did Kuma, we've been over at Warner, we've been at Howard,
Riverside,
everywhere, man.
That
It's
ambulance
just
is everywhere,
everywhere.
giving away computers. So what has been some, and I'm all about impact and success stories. Can you give me a success story of like, look.
He has so many.
Yeah.
I mean, back in 2017 when we were in a small storefront, a customer come in, I need to buy a new computer, or can we fix this one here? I'm looking at their computer and realizing it's gonna cost me 10 times more than just giving them a computer. So let me see your computer, see this one? It's 10 years newer, you can have it.
Wow.
They come back 5 years later, look, that computer helped get my kid through college.
Yes.
This right here is changing the trajectory of our life.
Right.
And this is time after time watching kids come through our workforce development program. They were going in the wrong trajectory. You know how it is. A lot of our friends, our family, they went the wrong way. I said, here's a computer, now here's a class. Let's go this way. You show them what you can become, because a lot of times they can't see that. And it's just been time after time after time of watching people just change the whole trajectory and moving in a positive way.
Wow.
Let's talk about, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay, please.
Look.
I'm really eager to find out more about the company, because I can't wait to connect after the show.
Yeah, right,
'Cause I need computer help myself. But it just what you're doing for the community and providing these devices that are so critical for learning now. Not everyone is tech savvy, and not everyone has the ability to have the most updated technology. And the fact that you're getting these updated devices in the hands of these kids so they can learn the way that they need to, so they can build their confidence, is just so important. So I do have one question, I'm sorry.
Go next.
So tell us about the apprenticeship program that you do at Nerd It Now.
Cool, so we have a 3-month pre-apprenticeship program where people get 4 certifications leading up to the A+ certification. That was the one anchor certification for me to be where I'm at today. You go through this program, you're promised a livable wage immediately after, or you can go through our apprenticeship program where you get 4 additional certifications, get a year with the tech support experience, and then go off and kill it. We had one person, we partnered with over Tariq and Stephanie over at Code Differently. One student went through our pre-apprenticeship, followed up with their pre-apprenticeship, and went on and made $83,000 a year afterwards. I'm like, oh, winning, we're winning.
Yeah.
Yes, that's winning.
Let's talk about freaking Shark Tank. What was that experience like?
Spoiler alert, we did not get the deal.
But you made it
oh
to
my
Shark
goodness,
Tank.
we made it to Shark Tank.
Exposure.
I remember when we went to Shark Tank, we pitched the concept, we got this kiosk out there, and we were like, okay, we're gonna make it. We didn't make it. I was bummed at first. A couple of weeks later, we went to Japan. Me, my wife, and my kid was like, we're in Japan. This little Asian lady comes up to me and she says, "You, Shark Tank." At that moment, I knew we got it. I'm glad we didn't get the deal. I asked for $150,000 for 10% of my business. Following year, COVID came. We started getting some support. We got the $150,000 without giving out any equity in our business and able to help the community in a big way. Shark Tank was such a blessing, but it was even more of a blessing to not get the deal. Love it.
Everything comes full circle.
Yes, it
And
does.
everything happens for a reason.
When you have a good heart, it shows up on your doorstep.
Yes.
And he has a good heart.
Yes.
I can tell. I know that Ivan spoke so highly about you before you even stepped onto the show, but I could just tell your energy, your passion for Nerd It Now, what you're doing in the community. I can sense it. It's there, and you do have a good heart.
I tell people again, like, it's not just about Nerd It Now. It's about kids that grew up in an underserved community. I don't care what color, race, or national origin you are. But if you believe that it's yours, so claim it. Me, a Christian, could sit next to a Muslim, could sit next to a Buddhist, who believe in a law of attraction, believe it. If you throw it into the universe, it'll come back to you, but nobody ever promised that it would be easy. And that's been my story here at Nerd It Now. I said it's mine.
Right.
This is mine. I'm claiming it.
What did you learn from China, your first trip to China?
My first trip to China, well, actually, I went 1 month in college. I was like, one day I'm gonna come back. Didn't think it was gonna really happen, but when I actually went there for the second time, my intent was to stay there for 4 months. 5 years later, I worked for an import-export company while teaching at a university, and then I started my own bar. Now, though working in a bar, owning a bar wasn't something that I was passionate about.
Wait a minute, you owned a bar in China?
Bruh. I had 12 waitresses, 3 bartenders, and a bar manager. I was loving life in China, traveling all over.
How's your Chinese?
你要我说中文我就说中文，我中文说太好了。Yeah, bruh. I
What
loved
did you
it.
say?
Whatever you want me to say in Chinese, I'll say it because I speak it pretty well.
Impressive. Impressive.
My time in China, it taught me, one, how to be more open to diversity. I grew up in a black community. I was around black people and only black people. Now I felt more open around different people of different cultures, but moreover, it taught me how to run a business. Opening up my business was able to translate directly into Nerd It Now. No longer being a hustle, but starting a brand. And that changed my life.
Right.
What makes you, and that's a great segue to the next question, all these other IT companies out here, what sets Nerd It Now apart?
We're here for the community. We're doing it for the community. I'm not trying to make the money. I'm giving it back to the community. When we set forth by donating 100 computers in the very beginning, all of the people in the world were telling us it was stupid. It's not sustainable. But this is our mission. Our customers are family. We're going to give back to the community, which has given so much to us. And for that, it's a blessing.
Right. So how can our audience support Nerd It Now? Let us know. Where can we go? Where can we follow?
Oh, please follow us on social media, Nerd It Now. You can look at our website, nerditnow.com. Nerd It Cares is our foundation, which donates the technology, and we also offer all of our pre-apprenticeship and apprenticeship programs. Google Marquivas, get in. You'll see everything. I'm in like 20 million different things right now. Just look me up.
Everything. On everything.
Yes, please reach out to me if I can support you in any way. Our community is really, our company is really committed to giving back to the community. So if any way that Nerd It can support DETV, if Nerd It can support the Wilmington, greater Wilmington area, you know we here.
Same here. You need us, we're here for you, bro. You know how
yes,
we get
sir.
down.
All love, bro.
From the concrete, there you go. A rose grows. What do you think about today's show?
Another great show, Ivan, as always, and always influential people doing amazing things in our community.
Yeah.
I think we keep setting the bar higher and higher, but I keep getting blown away with so many wonderful people that we have in our state.
Yes.
We may be small, but we are mighty.
We are mighty. Marquivas, thank you again for coming. We really appreciate you, man.
No problem
Many
at all.
blessings to you
Yes.
and Nerd It Now family. Vincenza.
Ivan.
Jeez. And it's like every time that the show's over, I'm like kind of mad that it's over, but I'm so happy because again,
Right.
the guests today were phenomenal. We had Sinead Darby, Black Mothers in Power.
Right.
We had Antoinette
Watson, the Stan DE.
Yeah, and Marquivas Gideon, and Nerd It Now. And wow, like, I hope you at home are watching this and saying, how can I support?
Right.
Again, this is not about show about flash. This is about a show about people and bringing our audience to the people that are doing some amazing things. So follow along, make a donation. They all have nonprofits. Even if it's $1, it's $1 to put them in the right, to help them continue the great stuff that God has put on their heart to do.
Right, exactly. And every little bit counts. So please, take a look at all these nonprofits, these organizations, these small business owners in our state. We're here to help each other. I always believe you help the community will help you. It's all about giving back and doing the right thing. Yeah. So again, another great show, but more importantly, we have to thank our sponsors, Ivan.
Let's go. Yeah. DART, thank you so much for believing in this. Thank you, DART.
Yes, Wi-Fi and Trust Construction.
And Out and About Magazine.
Yes, Out and About Magazine.
There we go.
Thank you so much.
All right.
And we will see you.
Hold on, wait a minute. What you say? Oh, see you Friday.
All right, have a good day, everyone.
Good Morning Wilmington is sponsored by Newcastle County Government.